Hi, everybody. Have you ever wondered if you're doing the right thing? If you're doing the godly thing? If you're doing God's will? If you're doing something even useful in the world? Sometimes it's hard to figure it out, isn't it? Sometimes you know what your desire is. You know what Jesus said, that the two most important commandments were to love God and love your neighbor, and you're trying to order your life in that way, but sometimes you're just not sure. And sometimes you feel like whatever you do is just plain wrong. I'm having an email conversation right now with one of the members that's feeling that way around issues of racism and how to talk to people and how to express yourself and not get into trouble, not to say the wrong thing that you don't mean to say, but it comes out that way because you're conditioned in a certain way. I think of right now all the people who perhaps said the wrong things to Simone Biles, who maybe really wanted to encourage her and tell her she was just all that in a bag of chips and just such an amazing gymnast. But what they did was to put pressure on her and to make things worse instead of making them better, which is not what they intended at all. And so I was thinking about some verses from Psalm 19. Psalm 19 talks about the wonders of God's law and the things that God gives us, the framework, the instructions. The Lord's instruction is perfect, reviving one's very being. The Lord's laws are faithful, making naive people wise. The Lord's regulations are right, gladdening the heart. The Lord's commands are pure, giving light to the eyes. And it goes on from there. But then a little bit farther it says, but who can know what they've accidentally done wrong? Clear me of any unknown sin and save your servant from willful sins. Don't let them rule me. Now that's a prayer that I say fairly regularly. God, clear me from hidden faults is one way that it's said in another translation. Here it says, clear me of any unknown sin. There are times when we say and do things that are really hurtful to other people when that's not what we meant at all. Sometimes, as it suggests here as well, we have willful sins too. Sometimes we do things, we're just being mean, or we're being careless and we're tired and we snap and we're not remorseful about it at all. We don't apologize. God understands that there are a couple of different kind of ways that we go wrong, even those of us who really want to love God and love our neighbor as ourselves. Even those of us who are committed to that kind of lifestyle get it wrong sometimes. So here it is, right here in Psalm 19. Who can know what they've accidentally done wrong? Clear me of any unknown sin and save your servant from willful sins. Don't let them rule me. Now, we can all pray to be forgiven for the sins that are unknown, the things that we're not aware of. But the other thing that we can do is when we become aware of things, to change. Because once we're aware of things and we keep doing the same stuff again, that's not really loving God who's allowed us to know things, and it's certainly not loving our neighbor who we might be hurting. One of the most amazing things about God is that every day you get another chance, and every day we can be born anew into the light of God's presence, and God gives us another chance. A chance to change, a chance to grow, and a chance to be a blessing. Thanks be to God. Amen.